right, welcome Gemini to your Wheel of the Year 2020 Planetary Retrograde Guide. This is going to be a tarot reading. We're going to be going from Yule and going through all the 8 turns of the pagan calendar all the way to Samhain or Halloween. At the end of your readings for your Wheel of the Year for 2019 and your Midsummer update for 2019 showed that you were going to be coming out of October with a lot of higher perspectives and working on balancing your heart and putting down others' burdens and recognizing burdens that aren't yours to carry and having the strength to tell people, no, I'm not going to carry that for you anymore. I need you to carry that for yourself. So this year we've got a lot of retrogrades going on. I'm going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Yule. This is coming into now, December 21st, coming up with the holiday seasons. I see that you're juggling a lot of responsibilities, but you're doing it in a graceful way. You know, she's more or less putting on a show than she is juggling something hard. And I see a solid team around you now. You know, the crew that's ready to ride with you. It says until death do us part here on this card for this deck. And it's just showing that you've worked hard throughout 2019 and you've built yourself up to where you can juggle things relatively easily now and with some grace. You know, this is work and emotions and you're juggling them well. And you've got a good team starting to form around you, those that you can rely on. Now, in January on the 20th, we have Uranus going direct in Taurus. So this is going to be a lot of people accepting all these new changes that have been coming for a lot of people. A lot of people have really changed their perspectives, really changed how they're doing things. And this is just globally and everything. People are going to start getting with the new program and accepting that times have just changed. We can't go back to the way it was in the 70s. It's not then anymore. This is a new generation, this is a new time, and this is what's happening now. For Imbolc, I see you either experiencing or seeking balance and harmony. Now, since you're coming out of such a good energy, I see that you're getting used to being balanced. And you're balancing all of your elements. So earth, air, fire, water. You got your passion, your words and thoughts, your emotions, and all your strength all into one focus that you're ready to start, that you've got really balanced. I see you being generous, but not to the point that being generous is detrimental to you. You're defending yourself from people who would take and say that they need to the point that it puts you in a bind. So you're setting healthy boundaries with people, but you're still being generous. Now going from Imbolc into Star on March 20th, in between these two we have a Mercury retrograde in Pisces to Aquarius and back again. And this is going to go on from February 17th to March 10th, so to right before Ostara. And this is going to be a time to really reorganize your priorities and make sure that you maintain this healthy boundary and make sure that you keep yourself as a priority here. With Ostara, I'm seeing a lot of fertility, a lot of abundance, new relationships, creative energy. Things are starting to grow and bloom around you. And you're being mindful of fake friends. When you start getting all this abundance energy coming in, you're going to get these little secretive fake friends that come in. And these are going to be the ones that, you know, they want to be your friend and they like hanging out with you because you pay for everything or something along those lines. But at the same time, they keep kind of what you guys are doing, a relation or your friendship or partnership kind of in the down low in their own lives. Like they tell you they're your best friend, but they don't tell anybody they even hang out with you. Those kind of friends. So you have all this abundance energy coming in. Be mindful of those around you. If somebody's keeping you a secret, no, that's not a healthy boundary. Going from Ostara to Beltane in May, which is May 1st, we have Pluto going retrograde in Capricorn. So this feels like certain things are burning to the ground, especially business-related things. So Pluto is a very subtle, underlying type of energy, and Capricorn is very business-oriented. So I'm seeing this as being something for business for people. This retrograde will highlight, starting April 25th, it will start to highlight little things that you do for either work or business that are not efficient, that don't really work out, so that you're starting to adjust that so that you can work things more smoothly. So on Beltane, I see you telling it like it is. You're using intellect and understanding to understand other people's perspective, but at the same time, no. She keeps her healthy boundaries, and she's to the point as to why she's keeping those healthy boundaries, and you're not going to deter her from keeping those healthy boundaries. With telling it like it is, you're going to be telling some hard truths to some people. And this could either help your connection grow, or if you're setting healthy boundaries and they're fighting you about it, this is going to be hard truths that cut those ties. So this really depends on who you're dealing with. Could be a multitude of people. This could be a job. This could be anything like that. This could be a love relationship. Healthy, hard truths are going to come out, and that can either help your relationships grow, or it could go ahead and sever the ties. This is why I can no longer hang out with you, kind of hard truths. Now, going from Beltane into midsummer, we have a lot going on. We have Jupiter retrograde in Capricorn on May 14th, Saturn in retrograde going from Aqua to Capricorn on May 11th, and Venus going retrograde in Pisces. And that's going to bring you a lot of time to examine, especially after you do all this. You're going to be examining the old philosophies and the old programming and recognizing where that has been contributing to your decision making, and what is truly your intuition and what is just the program running in your back of your mind telling you that if you do this, this, and this, this is what's going to happen. Well, a lot of us did this, this, and this, and you know what? It didn't happen. It didn't work out. So this is a lot of examining those old traditional philosophies and really opening yourself to new ones. Saturn retrograde, I've been telling everybody, it's only a problem if you've been cutting corners. If you've been finding ways to sneak around and get either other people to do your work or to do stuff for you so that you don't have to do the work yourself, that is where Saturn will get you. If you've not been doing that, then you don't have to worry about Saturn. You should be able to just coast right through. You might see a couple little hiccups, but besides that, it's only if you've been cutting corners that this is really going to give you a hard time. Venus going retrograde into Pisces. It's coming into the summer. It's going to be temptations are high, willpower is weak. So that is the energy coming into the summer. Be mindful of that. Also, you got Mercury going into retrograde in Cancer on June 8th, and that is going to be, don't get distracted by past loves. Don't let people from your past, ones that you already set all these healthy boundaries and they proved themselves to be dishonest, to come slithering back in and upheavaling you while you're making so much progress in other areas. They're coming to distract you. It's the messenger. It's the universe seeing if you'll take the bait again. You know, oh, you know, I see the light in them. Well, fish see tasty treats on hooks. Just saying. So coming into midsummer, we've got a victory, an acknowledgement and honor. So this is not just a victory that's just for you. This is a victory people are going to see. This is going to be you really triumphing over something here. But once you're done with this triumph, you're going to get yourself a little bit of a reprieve. Time to be a little bit more passive and to kind of let things flow. Now that you've done all this hard work and you finally got your victory, then you can kind of ease up and give yourself some time to really recuperate and rest during midsummer. I wouldn't suggest jumping into anything. If you're not in a relationship by this point, I would not suggest jumping into it during these energies. I would wait for that to pass. Give yourself plenty of time to recuperate from just dealing with your already surroundings. Coming from midsummer to August 1st, Lunasa, we have Neptune going retrograde in Pisces on June 23rd, and that's going to be shattering a lot of illusions. So this recuperating time is going to take you, and being a little bit more passive, is going to give you the ability to watch people, and you're going to get some illusions shattered, and it could bring up some fears and some phobias, and you don't want to drag those going forward. So if you got somebody who's triggering and pinging all these things, you know, don't be disillusioned by people, especially these exes coming out of the woodwork and people from your past. Don't fall in love with other people's potential. If you don't love them for who they are, don't love them for who you think they can be. So be careful of those illusions, because they will get shattered on you if you rely on them. Going into Lunasa on August 1st, I see a pause in work to reevaluate your plans before you go any further. You're going to stop, you're going to check the foundations, you're going to make sure all the boards are straight, you're going to make sure everything's ready to go before you start sticking in those last rods and starting to build those fences again, starting to stake your clan. You're going to have to take a moment to get through all these emotions and everything, and to really evaluate all your plans and make sure all your T's are crossed and your I's are dotted before you move forward. I also see one of the reasons that you're stopping here is you're going to be struggling for a little bit of a lack of inspiration, probably from the shattered illusions. I have a feeling that you're going to get somebody that's coming in that's going to really boost you up for a little bit, but then when those illusions get shattered, a little bit of lack of inspiration, a little bit of lack of trying to get it going. This is August, it's the end of summer, it's when kids go back to school, it's when things turn back into a grind again. So I see you needing to be mindful when you're getting sucked into those lower energies there, to not dwell too long in those places. Now going from midsummer into Mabun, which is September 22nd, we have a Mars retrograde in Aries, and this is happening on September 3rd. The big message for that is do not rush, you will be accident prone. Aries are always in a rush, and we're always running into things, and we're always tripping over our own feet because we do not watch our feet. We're too busy looking up and looking around and looking at all the scenery. You know, we have a tendency to trip and stumble. So this energy is going to bring in a lot of hurry up and rush, and it's going to feel like a pressure, and you're going to feel like it's a good idea to just run and to go. But make sure that you slow down and really take your time and watch where you're putting your feet before you start making any big moves. So by Mabun, September 22nd, I see enterprises about to accumulate into success. So you've got your inspiration back. I told you, you're going to get that boost of energy of wanting to go, 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 go again. But you're going to take a moment, and you're going to really get it so that this is going to really be a successful venture for you, whether this is a venture in love or a venture in finances or whatever. This is going to be the time where you're really putting a plan that's going to accumulate into a lot of success for you going forward. I see a lot of clarity, a lot of power, a lot of success in devoting yourself to who you truly are. I see you gaining a lot of clarity and power and success to move forward with this venture here. All right, so going from Mabun on September 22nd into Samhain, which is October 31st, November 1st, we have our final third Mercury retrograde. Now this is going from Scorpio to Libra and back again. So this is going to be a time to evaluate our relationships again. That is just what Mercury does. It is all about communication, and the people we communicate the most with are the people that we have relationships with. So with this energy that's playing in with the Scorpio to Libra and back again, it's going to be a lot of that hard exterior with the stinger defense mode energy into very vocalizing your feelings energy back into a defensive position. For after you vocalize, you're going to want to defend whatever it was that you vocalized. So just be mindful when you're doing this that that's what you're doing, and then you'll have a smoother outcome. It's no problem to defend healthy boundaries and to defend things like that, but be sure that you're not just being defensive to be defensive. Like, it doesn't matter what they say, you were prepared to already snap at them, so that's not a conversation that's going to lead you anywhere. Be mindful of that energy playing into Samhain around Halloween here. Now, by Halloween, Samhain, and which is New Year and all that, I see pure understanding and wielding your sword wisely, using your words wisely to gain order around you. So whatever chaos that little Mercury retrograde is going to have, you're going to go ahead and carry, where was she? You're going to, yeah, here she is. You're going to carry this Queen of Swords energy. You're still wielding your sword wisely. You're still using your words wisely. You're still using your intellect instead of your emotions here to deal with other people. Now, with the little shake-up here, there is a tendency, especially going into the holiday season, to get really reflective, and you can find yourself in a vibration where you have a lot of anxiety and despair, like, especially if you're going to deal with family that doesn't understand why you've turned into this person. You can kind of start to pick that person apart. Be mindful that this is an energy that comes sometimes for people when the seasons change. Some signs are more susceptible to seasonal depression than others. So just be aware when you start picking yourself apart that that's not you picking yourself apart. That is what you think others think of you. And if that's not true, then recognize that. Don't carry that energy with you. Now, right after Samhain, on November 4th, Mars goes direct in Aries. So now that rush energy that you were having before tapers off. But since you put in the work over here to lay out a pathway for yourself, I see you being able to really gain good footing and confidence and really start getting ready to take off. You're going to feel grounded, and you're going to feel prepared to climb those mountains, and you're going to be prepared for, you know, whatever it is you're preparing for, whether it's a love relationship or whether it's a business venture. A lot of this seems very business energy wise, and that's because we've got Jupiter and Capricorn for the next several years, and that's a lot of business energy that's going on. So a lot of people are getting that in their readings right now. So don't let you trip you up, and use your words wisely and your intellect to keep your feet on the ground. And at the end of the year, here after October, going into November, you should be gaining really good footing. So I've got your two oracle cards here. I usually do one, but two fell out for you guys. And it's calling you, when you are getting stressed out, to find sanctuary. Find some place you feel peace. This doesn't matter if it's a beach, a forest, a temple, a mosque. I don't care where you go, what you believe. Find a space. Well, I would probably stay away from a temple or a mosque. Find a space where you can be at peace alone at. That's what the sanctuary and the cave card's all about. It's about finding a place where you can be at peace with yourself. And the other card you got played right along into it, and that's breach. Now, this is all about taking a break to change your environment. So this is, if you're constantly surrounded by people, you need to find some place where you can get away from people and change your environment so that you can breach into new perspectives. So I see you needing to take a lot of time this year to take time for yourself, to really ground yourself in who you are now, so that by the time you hit this energy, you're really secure in who you are, and this won't be a problem for you, and you will be able to glide into 2021. All right, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed your reading. If this helped you out, please like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'll put links down to join us in our Facebook group, The Coven the Silver Cord. I do cards and coffee. I have friends that do other types of readings and stuff like that, and we play games. It's a good time, and I will catch you guys later.